Business owners owing $150,000 or more, pay attention. There's a lot of companies out there who are going to offer you and promise you the world. An offer in compromise, for example, that they're going to say you can settle your tax debt for pennies on the dollar or through a Fresh Start program. Sound too good to be true? It probably is.
You just have to think about your situation logically. Look, I know if you have back tax problems, you're probably in a world of hurt. It's probably causing a lot of strain in your life, relationships, business, a lot of fear, afraid that maybe you'll open up your online banking and the money will be drained, afraid the IRS will reach out to your customers. And so you're right to be nervous about it. But I think the number one reason is that people have been rewarded for making bad decisions in this department. I think for a lot of people, even though they have bad IRS back tax problems, for a lot of those folks, the IRS still hasn't shown up at their door or hasn't garnished their bank account or reached out to the business's customers or foreclosed on their home or something like that. And I think for a lot of people, even though it sucks for them and they're really unhappy doing it, evading the problem has honestly worked out. And by worked out, I mean it sucks, but at least you've kind of made it through the day.
It's kind of that concept where you're looking over your shoulder like, is this the day they're going to come and start really picking on my business? Are they going to really start to shut me down? Are they really going to, enforce all the stuff that I'm behind on? And the answer is, yeah, it's eventually going to happen.
But I think the problem is that it will catch up with you eventually. I mean, especially IRS enforcement has really picked up in the last 12 months in a huge way here in 2025. So I think the days of sort of ducking, diving, and dodging are quickly coming to an end. But I also think that even for the people that theoretically still are getting away with not hearing from the IRS, it's just not a good way to live, and I think it just wears people down. Where people do get stuck though sometimes, Todd, when they do want to actually fix it, is they really don't know who to turn to for help. Sure. I mean, there are a million tax relief companies out there. And I really think the best way to determine who could possibly help you out with this problem is to just look at what is being pitched to you. So are you having a conversation with someone that seems to understand business, they understand entrepreneurship, they understand what it's like to run a company, or they have experience in that? Or are you just talking with someone that is trying to just, hawk whatever it is they're selling and make a bunch of bold promises and then try to pressure sale you into buying it, which honestly is 90% of the market. And I think, that people just have to understand that the average tax relief company is just geared up towards the mass market. It's people that are disabled or underemployed or unemployed or low income people who owe a little bit of money that to them it seems like a lot and they need some help, which in fairness, those people do need help. But if you're a business owner and you owe $250,000 in back taxes, you need someone that kind of understands things at a lot deeper of a level to actually have a chance of succeeding at fixing this thing. You really have to be understanding of how the IRS works and what the purpose of the IRS is, and that will help you understand what you can actually do to fix this. So a lot of companies advertise by just suggesting there's basically a shortcut, that if you wanted to summarize it in this way, what you would say is everyone else had to pay their taxes. It's the law. Everyone else did pay their taxes. But for you, who for whatever reason did not pay your taxes, that's okay. There's some guy sitting by the phone at the IRS just waiting to write this all off for 2 cents just because you asked nicely. That doesn't even make any sense.
It's not logical.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense at all.
Also too, beware of companies who want to send you they almost look like they're from the state Department of Revenue or whatever it might be, the IRS. They almost look legit, and a lot of people fall victim to this. They think that, oh my gosh, the state's going to come after me or the IRS is going to come after me because I have this piece of paper, but they don't read the fine print in that, and it's usually from a tax company trying to scare you to solicit their services.
There's a lot of that.
Big red flag. If they're not going to be direct with you up front of why they're contacting you, they're probably not going to be able to do what you need them to do, and that's actually look out for your best interest. I think another thing to look out for too, RC, is, and I've heard this several times, is when a salesperson is trying to offer you or make all these promises to you, and they're going to say, yeah, we're going to get you an offer in compromise, we're going to get you this, we're going to get you that, and they haven't looked at your finances, they haven't looked at your business structure, they haven't seen how you're making your income, what your expenses are, but they're promising you this stuff. If they haven't seen your business and your model and what's going in and out of your business, how can they promise you something that's
They can't. It's total BS, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
So what we try to tell people is there is a solution. The IRS understands that if you are in a jam or something happened or you're falling behind, there are ways to remediate this issue that are things other than liquidating everything you own or eating instant ramen every day for the rest of your life because you're giving all your money to the IRS, or like living in a box under the on-ramp because they took everything you owned. I mean, there's ways around and to resolve this problem, but none of them are shortcuts. What it actually is is a strategy and a negotiation. You have to strategize and position yourself to be able to go up against the IRS and negotiate a workable outcome. A lot of other tax companies out there, they just advertise their service as a magic pill.
Yeah.
Pay us some money and this is all going to magically go away. And people need to understand this is actually a lot of work even for the client.
Absolutely.
And the best results we get, I mean, are clients that are all in on changing their lives and doing their part for this to ultimately be successful.
Absolutely. There is no magic wand, no secret potion, no magic formula, like you said, that's just going to make it all go away and just have the cure, basically. And I think a lot of these companies will promise the ends of the earth.
Yeah.
They will promise you the world, but they can't deliver. And it's because it's impossible. And also, too, some coaching. How to maybe restructure your business. That way you don't have these problems going forward after you get a resolution here, because if we're going to set them up and help them, it's not going to do any good if they repeat the same behaviors. Business owners owing $150,000 or more, what if I told you you don't have to fear the IRS? There is a solution. If you are serious about getting your business back on track, there's going to be a link below. Sign up for a free tax strategy session. We can tell you how we can help you in your journey to get this behind you and make your business profitable again.